Welcome back here to the Grandover Resort. I'm Scott Kodak for Seminoles.com. E.J. Manuel and Brandon Jenkins addressed the media earlier today, and what we learned from quarterback E.J. Manuel is that players always get better in the offseason. Yet for Manuel, he used something a little bit different. Listen to what E.J. had to say.
As far as my personal things I've been working on is board work. I had answered this question earlier, and I would just, I bought a dry erase board, and if I'm not at the stadium, if I'm just at home instead of watching TV, not getting anything football-related done, I'll just write some plays. I'll take a script from the spring or from the year before and just write up plays and write up plays and write up plays. So I think me being a visual learner and being able to write things down and remember them a lot faster and a lot better, I think that's going to go a long way for me this season.
One of the big storylines at this year's kickoff is the experience at the quarterback position in the ACC. 11 out of 12 teams return a starting quarterback from last season, and after talking to a number of these young men, it became very obvious that is the key strength of the Atlantic Coast Conference.
There's tremendous depth in this league, and there's great quarterbacks all across the board. I think this year returning just guys like Logan Thomas, Sean Renfrey, Mike Glennon, guys I grew up with and have a lot of respect for. And being from Virginia, we all kind of knew each other and had a close little bond. So I think it's neat to turn on the TV Saturday and see your friends doing good things out there.
It's got to be one of the most talented groups of quarterbacks that the ACC has seen in a while. I mean, I don't know the stats, but having 11 starters back and the one being a guy that has filled in and had his fair starts is pretty impressive. So I think it's great for our conference to have this many good quarterbacks, and it'll be interesting to see how everything plays out and how well everyone does. And
small things, the consistency. I think that's what separates any quarterback. That's what separates Tom Brady from the guys that aren't as great as him, honestly. I mean, the guys that, can persevere through an injury or, not, miss a small check down. Sometimes guys miss those things, and that's what really kind of defines you as a quarterback. If you can, fight through adversity and still lead your team, and I think that's what separates, each quarterback. It doesn't matter what conference or anything, just a quarterback in general.
From top to bottom, we can show what we have to offer. We have strong offenses and defenses, and on both sides of the division, and hopefully we'll show the rest of the country what we can do.
And finally, there's always some great information from opposing teams about how good Florida State can be in 2012. The best quote today, bar none, was from Mike Glennon, the NC State quarterback, on just how good the Florida State defense can be.
The most athletic and best defense I faced last year, and from talking with EJ, it sounds like there's, I don't know how many number of NFL prospects, but the majority of their defenses are NFL prospects. So I imagine that they are probably the closest thing we'll face to a NFL defense.
Of course, this is not the extent of our coverage here on Seminoles.com from the 2012 ACC Football Kickoff. Our very own Lane Hurt will have a great behind-the-scenes piece on all that E.J. Manuel and Brandon Jenkins did on this Sunday afternoon here at the Grandover Resort. So for now, I'm Scott Kodak reporting for Seminoles.com.